All right, very good. Yeah. Do you need more time? All right, so let me just say this, okay? The stuff that we're showing you is not to take away from anything else that you've learned, okay? Like, you might have learned, guys in on a high crotch, you know, I don't want him here, I'm gonna, you know, pull him up, you know what I mean? You might have learned that. There's other stuff that you might have learned how to counter a high crotch. It's not to take away from any of that, it's more to add to it. I think the biggest problem that drives coaches crazy is kids wanting to grab a guy's head in a high crotch. This drives coaches crazy, this right here. This just drives coaches crazy. And it's because it's hard to counter a high crotch with your hand over his head like this. Coaches want you to sprawl, they want you to do all this stuff. And if a guy's got a good high crotch, putting your hand here drives coaches crazy. So, that being said, I'm going to show you a bunch of stuff to do when you put your hand over a guy's head. Okay? The first thing I want to say this. If a guy does stand up with a high crotch, you've probably been taught, you know, cross face, shoulder his chin, stomp your foot down. If you haven't been taught that, I mean, we go over this a lot. We actually call this the carpenter now because of the way that he taught us, the guy's head is inside. All of this is a cross face stop. I'm just taking my cross face hand here, this hand here, dropping my shoulder below his chin. I'm running my shoulder up into his chin and I stomp my foot down. And if you're a headlock guy or a bear hug guy, this is the time to do it. Okay? So if you haven't been taught that, that's the simplest thing to do. Okay?
And it's effective. It works.
Our guys do this all the time. You know, I wish they'd score points out of it more often, but they do it all the time. So what I'm going to show you is a couple of little things that you can do if you, for some reason, don't go to all the other stuff that makes sense, which is sprawl, cross face, sit down, all that stuff. If for whatever reason you think this is the best thing, and it's not, okay? It's not the best thing, all right? I want to be clear about that. It's not the best thing to grab this guy's head. Because when you grab this guy's head, okay, and this becomes your focus, there's no sprawl going on, he's beating you to the stand up, he's getting to his feet, he's beating you, now you're in trouble. It's just not the best thing to do. But, there's all kinds of stuff he can do to you. And coaches hate it when kids do that. I can't tell you how many times I've yelled at a wrestler, let go of his head! You know, and then if you hold on to it too long, and he does finish, you know, now you're here, now you're in this, and this is what I don't understand. Why kids think holding this will help them get out. This only helps them. So, all that being said, I'm going to show you what to do when you grab that. Okay, first thing I'm going to show you is what we call a chancer, because neck wrenches are illegal. Okay, so hear what I'm telling you. This is not a neck wrench. No matter how many people tell you this is a neck wrench, it's not a neck wrench because neck wrenches are illegal. This is called a chancer. Hopefully you guys will understand, pick up on what I'm telling you. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a fist. I'm going to put it in his chest, and then I'm going to put my hip over top of my fist. Okay. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start turning my hip here. I'm going to start taking my free hand out to post. And if I start to come down and his leg is in there, okay, I'm going to take my heel to his leg and then take a step over.
Not bad.
Okay. It's called a chancer. It's a real quick. I'll put it like this. When I was in high school, there's a guy named David Morgan. He's a 3-time Big Ten champ. He was a national runner at Michigan State. He was ranked 7th in the world. He got beat in the semifinals of state right here. He was a 5-0. 5-0. In a scramble, he went to a high crotch, and this kid just goes to this. Makes a fist, puts it in his chest, puts his hip on his fist, turns his hip. It's going to take his hand to the ground. If his leg is still over your foot, that's fine. You can come here if you feel comfortable. I like going to the mat. I'm going to put my hand here, I'm going to kick, and then I'm going to step, and then I'm going to capture this arm. Okay? Now his foot a lot of times won't be in it. A lot of times it won't be in it, but if it is, you want to kick it high. So if I turn and his foot is nowhere near my foot, I'm just going to take my hip down, plant him, post hand, step, capture the arm. Okay? You guys know how to finish a half, so I don't have to go over that. This is pretty simple. You guys understand this? Anything you want to add to that?
I like it.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3.